100% real in England.
Welcome back to Enigmatic Echoes, where we explore stories that
Sound like jokes that are completely true.
today we'll explore the land of fog together.
A place not only famous for aristocratic afternoon tea or gentlemen wearing bowler, but also hiding things so strange you want to laugh after hearing them.
Truth be told, there are things in England that make you exclaim, "Huh, why is that? Really?" From silly laws that still exist to customs that look like jokes. All are real and practiced very seriously by the people. Don't believe it? Then watch this entire video to verify. Who knows, after watching, you might want to apply for a visa to England to experience these strange things immediately. So what are those strange and interesting things? Let's start right now. Selling wives at the market.
Taking wives to the market to sell? In the old days, in England, the cradle of nobility and politeness, there existed a shocking custom of taking wives to the market to sell.
It sounds like a joke, but it's 100% true.
From the 18th century to the early 20th century, England had a bizarre tradition.
Do you want to live together anymore? They
tying ropes around their necks like livestock and publicly auctioning them before everyone.
Shocking to the core, isn't it?
But this wasn't just one or two isolated cases.
With nearly 300 women recorded being auctioned like this from 1780 to 1850. Not to mention countless secret sales not made public. Why?
Because they also felt ashamed.
The typical example is farmer Joseph Thompson.
In April 1832, he took his wife to Carlisle Market. In his hand was the rope tied around the neck of his wife named Mary Ann. He stood in the middle of the market, sat on an oak chair and shouted loudly, "Who wants to buy my wife?"
Only 15 shillings, can read stories, milk cows, laughs as fast as drinking beer. Just imagine.
If you were a woman back then, waking up to your husband calling you to market, thinking you're going to buy fish or meat.
So why did this strange thing happen?
Actually, divorce in England at that time was nearly impossible, especially for poor families. Divorce costs reached £3,000, equivalent to over $20,000 today.
Who could afford that?
Therefore, verbal divorce, meaning taking wives to sell,
was considered the simplest, quickest and most supported solution.
Typically, the husband would lead his wife to market with a rope, tied around the neck or waist like livestock.
Crowds gathered to watch like at a fair.
Single men competed in bidding. Some who exchanged wives for a barrel of beer or loose.
Strangely, some wives happily agreed, truly puzzling.
Often when relationships had broken down and there was someone new, the auction served as a public transfer.
But it wasn't always smooth. Some sold their wives for high prices, like the case in Chipping North in 1855.
The wife was paid up to £25, but 3 days later, villagers protested fiercely, burning effigies in front of the door. The new husband got so scared he had to pay extra money for the ex-husband to take his wife back. This story sounds like a satirical novel, but it actually reflects a period in society when there were no clear divorce laws. People were trapped in loveless marriages to the extent that they had to auction themselves off for a change of life.
Gentlemen, if your spouse nagged all day, would you dare to go to the market in those times? Or conversely, ladies, would you want to leave to lighten your burden?
Please comment below to share your thoughts.
What do people usually think of when British cuisine is mentioned?
Afternoon tea, sunsets, drizzling rain, or romantic love stories. Today, instead of mentioning those simple things, I will tell you about British cuisine.
I guarantee everyone will get goosebumps just hearing about it, let alone trying to eat it. First, we must mention a specialty of Scotland, haggis. Honestly, looking at this dish, everyone wonders, who thought of stuffing heart, liver, and lungs into a stomach and cooking it? It sounds horrifying, but haggis has been a traditional Scottish dish for hundreds of years. With the first bite, it feels soft, fatty, and a bit pungent. They heard that once you get used to it, you
remember to eat it with mashed potatoes for the authentic taste, or it might be a bit sharp.
Imagine if someone brought a plate of haggis and said, "Try it, this dish is delicious." Comment right below to see who is brave enough. Next,
let me introduce black pudding, also known as blood sausage.
S made from pig.
It sounds like our local blood sausage, but its fishy smell is indescribable.
Those not used to it might take one whiff and faint.
Nevertheless, the British love this dish for breakfast.
Believe it, look at an English breakfast, you.
Eating black pudding first thing in the morning before brushing your teeth would surely wake you up.
Then there's what I call the peak of freshness, jelly eels or jellied eels. Eels cooked with vinegar, gelatin added, then cooled to set.
It looks like jelly, but the smell is unforgettable after one try. This dish dates back 200 years and is closely associated with the people of East London. People who were poor back then, making use of everything, eating whatever was available.
So this dish was born, sounding brutal but creative and resilient, right?
Finally, the masterpiece that makes you not want to eat it just by looking. Stargazy pie, or the pie with fish looking at the sky.
Literally, the fish heads stick straight up out of the pie crust. S like they.
At first glance, it's a bit eerie, but the filling inside is very flavorful. The clever part is that the fish heads sticking out aren't just for decoration. They help the fish juices seep back into the pie. In summary, British cuisine isn't meant to be admired for its beauty, but to be experienced with all the senses.
There are pungent dishes, strange dishes, and haunting dishes. But behind that lies a cultural treasure not everyone understands.
If you could try one of these 4 dishes,
haggis, black pudding, jelly eels, or stargazy pie, which one would you choose, or would you refuse them all for safety? As for me, I like black pudding the most, even though I haven't tried it. Just hearing about it makes my mouth water. Sicky day. But no, this is 100% true. And it even exists properly in England.
Accordingly, they have a whole day each year called National Sicky Day, roughly translated as the day everyone calls in sick.
Doesn't that sound cool? In Vietnam, if you tell your boss you're taking a day off because of a cold, you might be job hunting next month. But in England,
calling in sick on that day has become a quirky tradition.
This Sicky Day falls on the first Monday of February each year, when workers compete to sneeze and send sick emails. But the underlying reason behind it is surprisingly logical. After the long holiday, British people enter January with a challenge called Dry January, abstaining from alcohol for the entire month.
A month without beer, without wine, without anything related to alcoholic beverages. Imagine, weekends usually involve sipping a few beers for enjoyment. Now only plain water seems incredibly dull, no need to explain. By the end of January, when the alcohol abstinence period ends, people there relieve stress by drinking to make up for the whole month. The consequence is that on the first Monday of February, a day when many report being sick, people simultaneously request time off work.
Honestly, if you had a few drinks over the weekend and woke up dizzy on Monday, could you still go to work? Or would you also want to take a day off to clear your head?
Please comment and share honestly right below. Returning to the day many people report being sick in Britain, according to the Telegraph, it's estimated that about 215,000 people take leave, causing the British economy to lose £2.9 billion. Staggering to hear. Not only taking leave due to hangovers, people also seize the opportunity to interview for new jobs. Truly,
statistics show that up to 1/3 of interviews in February fall on this exact Monday.
As for the reasons for taking leave, there are all sorts, hard to know,
such as having a cold, back pain, slipping on stairs. These reasons are somewhat acceptable. But there are reasons that sound unbelievable, like having to move house urgently overnight. Work because they're. Some are afraid of sunlight, some are still too hungover to get up. Truly helpless, are they that lenient over there?
If we took sick leave every Monday here, we'd probably get fired immediately.
But thinking about it, it's also amusing, even if the reasons are a bit strange. This day shows that people need a reason to rest, escape pressure, and relax. So if there were such a day in Vietnam, with legalized sick leave requests, would you dare to take it off?
What would you do after taking leave? Catch up on sleep, go out, or look for a new job?
Quickly comment below to let me know.
Paying only for your own drinks is considered stingy. Have you ever been in this situation? Happily drinking a few glasses with a group of new acquaintances.
That's who, suddenly it. In Britain, my condolences, you.
No one says it out loud, but everyone implicitly understands. When it's your turn, sounds unfair, doesn't it?
But wait, this story isn't just about who pays. In the United Kingdom, drinking culture, especially in pubs, is a whole subtle world with many social etiquette rules. And one of the most famous unwritten rules is the payment round, also known as rounds. Imagine going for drinks with a group of 5 people. That's your turn and you only pay for yourself, that. Prepare to be seen as stingy immediately. A stranger just met, even if you. Holding a glass in your hand, you. That's the rule of the game, no exceptions. Sounds exhausting at first, but you know what? That seemingly troublesome rule is actually a way to build connections.
Because in the moment you go to the bar, order drinks for the whole group,
is when you're recognized as a genuine member of the fun. It's no longer about spending money, but about sharing. It's the unique British way of showing politeness and sociability.
Now try putting yourself in the opposite position. The one being invited to drink without spending anything feels a bit awkward, doesn't it?
So when it's your turn, whether you want to or not, you feel obligated to reciprocate.
From there, an intimate circle forms, without the need for promises or commitments. Just one round of whiskey or a glass of beer is enough. Of course, for those visiting England for the first time, this rule can be overwhelming. Especially if you're used to the culture of everyone paying for their own drinks as in many other places. But that's what traveling is about, learning to live like the locals wherever you go. Once you get used to it, you'll find this round system quite interesting. It helps you easily strike up conversations with strangers, creating a lively, friendly, and laughter-filled atmosphere in the pub.
Just a small note. If you don't plan to stay long or are on a tight budget, politely decline from the start. Don't join halfway and then quietly leave.
Be careful, or next time no one will invite you anymore. If you have the chance to visit the land of fog, remember to stop by a local pub and blend in with the crowd raising their glasses. And don't forget to mentally prepare for your turn to treat the whole group.
Because who knows, from just one round of drinks, you might gain new friends and great stories. And an unforgettable memory in your journey to explore British culture. Do you see this rule as a burden or a bonding agent?
Leave your opinion below, and if you've ever had to pay for the whole group without understanding why, congratulations.
Now you know why.
If you've ever thought England only has the solemn Big Ben or the poetic River Thames, then get ready to be surprised by the unique and bizarre competitions only the British could think of, which I'm about to reveal below.
Let's start with a game that sounds like you. Egg throwing.
Not at all. It plays so big that they even use medieval catapults to throw eggs.
Imagine eggs whizzing like bullets, splatting in the field, both fun and thrilling.
There's also a game called rosin roulette, with 6 eggs, 5 boiled, 1 raw. Anyone unlucky enough to pick a raw one and smash it on their forehead will be soaked and embarrassed.
But rest assured, these eggs are old and not edible, so no one will accuse you of wasting food. Next is a competition that sounds gentle but is nerve-wracking, crab fishing in Suffolk. Over 200 people participated last year. In 90 minutes, whoever catches the biggest crab using 1 fishing rod and 1 bait wins. That's both thrilling and humane because it playing while helping others, awesome, right?
Next up is the competition in Cambridgeshire called Lunch Format Stilton, held exactly on International Labour Day. This competition doesn't use real cheese for rolling, but fake wooden cheese.
But the prize is real.
A crate of local beer plus a genuine Stilton cheese weighing over 7 kilograms. Honestly, anyone who's a fan of beer and cheese should drop by immediately.
Now moving on to a competition only for the truly skilled chatterboxes. Test the world.
This competition commemorates Mr. Whitson, crowned the King of Liars over 100 years ago. If you're confident in your ability to fabricate stories, here to try just to see. Was Hell isn't just that. It also has the deepest lake, the highest mountain, and the smallest church in England. Truly a small place packed with content. Not done yet, in England, there's also a nettle eating competition indoors.
Nettle is a plant that itches unbearably with just a light touch.
Yet people chew raw stalks one by one. What a bold move.
Whoever eats the most wins. I wonder if anyone dares to outdo these people. But it must be admitted, the bravery and endurance of the participants are truly admirable.
And here, the final part is here, everyone.
The World Coal Carrying Championship in Yorkshire.
Just hearing the name is exhausting, but in the competition, men carry 50 kilograms of coal, women carry, running non-stop for 1.6 kilometers uphill. Who knows how haunting that is? Just thinking about it makes my legs tremble uncontrollably, let alone actually taking the exam. Anyone confident about their physical fitness, please comment, I can do it, so you must belong to the superhuman group.
England isn't just about afternoon tea or elegant gentlemen.
Behind the sophisticated exterior, Britain hides a treasure trove of strange games that make anyone who hears about them exclaim in surprise. What about you? If you had to choose one of these 6 competitions to participate in, which one would you pick? Knocking on a door and running away is illegal behavior. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. But in the United Kingdom, customs sometimes leave you with nothing to do but smile awkwardly, because they are so peculiar. In a country that seems to be full of gentlemen in suits, carrying umbrellas while strolling around Big Ben, there exist laws that make you want to put on a hat and retreat upon hearing them.
And now I'll tell you about things that are banned in the UK that not everyone knows. Believe me, if you plan to visit the land of fog,
watch this to avoid going enthusiastically and returning unhappy.
Knock and run. In many places, people just laugh it off.
But in the UK, it's no joke. If you do that, you could be fined up to £500, enough to buy a few pairs of domestic flight tickets. The reason is that you violated the Town Police Clauses Act of 1850. For behavior considered intentional disruption of public order in residential
SA prank, but legally, it.
Moreover, anyone with a habit of asking strangers for small change, like asking for a bit of money for gas or being short a few coins for a ticket, should be careful to avoid trouble. In the UK, this behavior is considered begging and was included in the law since 1824 under the Vagrancy Act. The penalty can be up to 1 month of rehabilitation.
Oh, just asking for small change and you had to go to rehab? Yeah, that's how the law is here, no kidding.
Next, there's a ban that sounds paradoxical but is still enforced in the UK.
That is, being drunk in a pub.
The Act of 1872, Section 12, clearly states,
anyone found drunk in a pub can be fined up to £200.
So, if you drink, but remember to only moderately drunk. Otherwise, if the pub owner sees you losing control, they'll call the police right away. Indeed, being in a pub and not allowed to get drunk is like going to a karaoke bar and being forbidden to sing. But the peak of absurd laws has to be the story of eating biscuits on Christmas Day. Upon hearing this, does anyone find it a bit funny?
But the truth is, in 1645, Oliver Cromwell, a famous English politician,
banned the celebration of Christmas because he considered it an immoral holiday. Along with that came a series of strange regulations, including a ban on eating cakes and biscuits during this time.
Although no one enforces that law today, legally, it's still in effect. In other words, if you eat a biscuit on Christmas Eve, theoretically, you're breaking the law. Wait, so going to the UK means you can? No, it's not that extreme. But clearly, every country has its own unique culture and laws. Research beforehand, it. Therefore, if you're planning to study abroad, travel, or simply dream of exploring the UK, remember to pocket these bizarre laws. They not only help you avoid trouble but also help you understand more about British society and culture. So, we've just explored 6 strange and 100% real things in the land of fog. That's hard to believe but true, that. From strange regulations to customs that seem to exist only in fairy tales, England truly doesn't lack surprises, does it? If you find these things as interesting as I do, please leave a like to let us know. Have you ever heard of any of these stories before? Or if you know other interesting things from around the world, don't hesitate to comment and share below so we can all learn together. Don't forget to subscribe to the Enigmatic Echoes channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't.
Thank you everyone for watching until the end of the video. Wish you all a very happy day, and remember that the more unique life is, the more interesting it becomes.
Please subscribe to the Guy and Migo channel so you don't miss any exciting videos.